Everybody, welcome to another Solo Sunday with Pencil First Games. I'm Jessica, and today we are taking a look at Herbaceous Pocket Edition. I have the original Herbaceous out here just so we can see the size difference. It's very tiny, very portable, and I will just play around with some fun technology here and remind everybody it's Herbaceous Pocket Edition. So welcome to everybody who's going to stop by and is popping in. We'll get started very slowly today. We're going to have a nice relaxing time, just playing Herbaceous solo, learning how to play, seeing how well I do, which is usually pretty funny. I think I've mentioned it before. I play this constantly. This is one of my games that I use for just relaxing and kind of winding down at the end of the day. And I played over 1,500 times solo, and it is hilarious how I don't always do that well. Although that's not always the point of a game, I like this one just because it is just so relaxing. The artwork is beautiful. We can just kind of look at some of these cards and the artwork that we're going to see as we start playing. It's just very pleasant. And again, if you're familiar with the original Herbaceous Pocket Edition is pretty much the same game. It is the same game, just more portable and tinier. Very cute, very fun. And as always, I always position it, I don't know why, but the Herb Biscuit card is way up here beyond my view and almost out of reach. But real quick, I'm going to get into this. I just love this card. It is always something that makes me want to grab a biscuit. And every now and then I do make biscuits purely because I play this game. But we are doing Herbaceous today. So again, welcome to everybody. And thanks for stopping by and spending some time here, learning a little bit more about the game and just having a good time. So I kind of showed off some of the cards. Then what I like to show is just to see how actually small this is. It's roughly about a third of the size of the original box, I want to say. I can confirm it is pocket sized. We've had multiple people say it's been pocket tested and approved. It definitely fits. And if you are looking on our social media recently, we've been having a lot of people posting awesome videos of them with the hashtag Herb Pocket of just taking this everywhere. We've seen it, we've seen it with backpacks. We've seen it at the zoo, I think was recently near a giraffe, which was awesome. So definitely so portable, easy to take with you, quick to play. When I play, I'm actually going to move the original Herbaceous out of the way. It's not forgotten. I will bring that back to show things off. Also, Edo is here and said, the biscuit. Yes, the biscuit. And I should mention that the biscuit is in all its glory on this side. But if you play and like to have that reminder of how to earn it, the opposite side has this nice reminder of how to get those 5 points. I always like to play to get the biscuit card. Even when I have a really bad score, if I got the biscuit, it's a victory in my book. And I should also mention, let's once again attempt this technology fun. If you want, we currently have Herbaceous Pocket Edition on sale with a special promo right now. If you use the code POCKET in our store, you can get it for $19.99 with free US shipping and a free expansion. So at the bottom, there should be a link going across the screen. I will share that elsewhere if needed, but it's basically bit.ly/herbpocketfb. That should have the code already loaded for you. If you want to quickly check out, that should be easy to do. But I will leave that up for just a minute as I start getting this area set up. So let's see if we can kind of keep this lovely tiny box up here. And also, before I forget, Herbaceous, again, is by Steve Finn and Eduardo Barra with artwork by Beth Sobel. And our solo variant that we're doing today is by Keith Mateka, who you might be familiar with from Thunderworks Games. He also did Skull Hollow for us and a lot of other, I shouldn't say for us, with us. He also did a lot of other solo variants in our games. So Always awesome stuff from this team. I am excited to play as I start setting up. One of my worst things, I think, my least, I don't know, my worst gaming skill is probably shuffling. I laugh at myself for this, but let me see if I can get this on camera. I shuffle like this. It takes forever. I am no master at this. This is how I've done it for years. And I think my dad actually bought me a card magic book to teach me how to shuffle, and still doesn't work. I will say that without the riffle shuffle, which I know works a lot better, my cards don't have a lot of wear and tear. So, there's trade-offs. But I'll grab that off the screen so we're not too distracted with that. But yeah, so basically, what are we doing in Herbaceous? We are going to be potting herbs, making collections of them, and basically just grabbing them from both a communal garden, we'll see up here, and a private garden. So the communal garden makes a little more sense multiplayer. That's where everybody's kind of sharing it. In the solo mode, we're going to see, I can't just make that community garden or communal garden huge and just save everything there and say, I'll just grab it all later. There's a limit there. So that whole push your luck element of, should I wait for one more herb? Sometimes you can't wait. Sometimes you're going to have to collect those. And maybe it's not the most optimal move, but you don't want to lose something like the special herbs. So again, let's just take a look at these cards, which means I'm going to have to reshuffle. But they have, this is sage, we have dill. I just love this Beth Sobel artwork is so nice, so relaxing. There's a lot of sage over here. Let's take a look. There's lavender. This one's one of my favorites. It's just that the purples are just nice. Everything is nice though. You have tarragon, and rosemary, and I guess with the current shuffling that I did, there we go. There's going to be some special herbs in here. So you'll see up there in the top left, there's a number, which means there's extra points. These are chives, and there are 3 cards in the deck, labeled 1, 2, and 3. We have mint, chives, and thyme. If I can get one of each of those in my special jar over here, my glass jar, special jar, glass jar, same thing. It's for the special herbs. I will get that herb biscuit. But the interesting thing, when we're playing a solo game, so there's a deck of 72 cards here, and there are only going to be 36 in each game. This is fun, because when I do setup, I'm simply going to do my horrible shuffling. Oh, I'm in rare form today. We'll do our shuffle, and to play solo, we're actually just going to split that deck exactly in half. I like to kind of put them side by side. You can also count out 36 and 36, whatever's easy. And this makes it really, really simple to just play back-to-back games. But the fun part is, I don't know exactly which 36 cards are in this deck right now. Will I get the biscuit? No idea. But also included with the Pocket Edition, as with the standard sized game, you're going to get a reference card. So you kind of have the sequence of play here, which is very, very simple. We're just going to decide if we want to pot herbs at the start of each turn. And I'll kind of go through, we'll see how that goes in action. That's just collecting specific sets of different herbs, maybe the same kind, different kinds, pairs, and then those special herbs for the herb biscuit. And then we're going to be planting, which is basically in the solo game, we're going to actually be drawing 3 cards and putting one either in a discard pile, which I just realized is off the screen. Let's get that on screen. We'll have a discard pile, the community or communal garden, and the private garden. And we'll see how that works in solo. It's a little bit different than multiplayer, but very similar. So I think we are about ready to begin. But again, thanks to everybody who's stopping by and watching. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to drop them in here, and I will be checking those out and hopefully providing some good times here as we see how I can do. So what are we going to do? First step of the game, I can't pot any herbs because there's none out there. This is an empty garden. It's like early spring. Nothing's planted. So let's get going. So we're going to first draw the top card of the deck, which is Lavender. And I like Lavender, but I don't have enough information out here to say, do I really want to keep Lavender? So I'm going to say, I'm going to discard Lavender. And then I'm going to draw the second card, which is Sage. I will put Sage. Actually, you know what? Maybe if we completed setup. Setup is, I'm close here. 1 in the discard, 2 in the community garden, no decisions yet, and 3 in the private garden. I'm just so excited to play, apparently. I can't do setup properly. But anyway, again, setup for solo real quick. You're going to discard 1, put 2 in the community garden, and 3 in the private garden. Normally you pick a color to indicate where your private garden is. That's kind of how I have my little markers out here, like my fence. I like to use them all. Why not? No one else is using them. I want them all. So now let's begin for real. So we're going to draw. First card is Tarragon. And if you look out here, I have 1 pair of sage that I can see, and then 4 different herbs. So I think Tarragon would be a good one to keep. I'm going to put that in my private garden. And then let's see what the next one is. Another Tarragon. Interesting. So that could help make some pairs. I think we're going to do that. We're going to keep that in the community garden, as I'm going to be able to kind of clear this out. I think I mentioned that before. Once you hit 5 cards, the community garden gets swept away. There's too much there. Somebody else came through and said, I need all these herbs. So I am trying to make pairs between both. And that means, this is the 3rd card, Rosemary needs to get discarded. No more Rosemary. All right. So that was it. Now I would have a choice, if I can say the word, to actually pot some of these herbs right now before I see the cards. But I don't think I want to. I want to see if I can get some more, because I can still fit something in that community garden. So what do we have? Ooh, dill. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would make 6. I'm going to keep dill here in the private garden. It's getting pretty big. Ooh, rosemary, which will make a pair. All right, that's exactly what I wanted, which means, what are we discarding? Oh, lavender. As I said in the beginning, though, I wanted to discard lavender, so that worked out. All right, so if I started around here without potting anything, this is going to end up getting 5 herbs, and I'm going to have to discard all those. I'm going to lose them. Very, very rarely will you want to discard those herbs. I think I did it once during a solo play, and even Ed was like, what are you doing, Jessica? It did not pan out. There are a few instances where it sometimes works, but in general, not a good idea. So let's start on my turn. What I want to do, again, let's just take a look. The different scoring cards down here. So this is for all of the same herbs between 1 and 7. I can get between 2 and 22 points. We want to take a closer look at that just to see what that point spread is. So I want to get as many of the same as possible. Right now, there are a maximum of 2, so that's not the one I want to go with. That's not it. And then this next one, I am looking to put up to 7 different herbs in this planter. And look at those lovely flowers and herbs. This artwork is just so nice. It's a very quiet, calming type of experience, even though I am desperately trying to get that herb biscuit. But right now there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 different herbs out there. So this isn't a bad one to go with. However, what I really want to do is pot these pairs of herbs. So what I really want to do is get 6 cards in here, or 3 pairs, which is exactly what I have. And we'll talk about this one a little later on, but the glass jar is very unique, and that is mostly for the special herbs. If we can get those ones with numbers in here, extra points, and hopefully the herb biscuit. So let's go ahead and take 2 rosemary from the public, then 2 tarragon, and 2 sage. So that right there, my little bundle of pears, that's 6 cards. And I'm going to put that right here. I'm going to cover that and kind of, I like to put it so that I can see how many points that's worth. You can go left side or right side. I could go to here or I could go to here, but this just reminds me at the end how much I'm earning there. The interesting thing here is once you pot herbs, that's it. I can't put any more pears in there to get more points. That planter is planted, which I like because it's very thematic. You plant a planter, and yes, you could possibly plant something else later on, but it's usually all at the same time. Let them all grow. So that is that. The nice part there is I cleared out that community garden space so I can fit some more cards there. And let's go. Let us see what we have. Sage, alrighty. I am going to keep the sage. Put it up here. Oh, and here we go. There's some chives, which is a special herb. Keep that in my private, which means I'm going to have to discard the saffron. Oh, and saffron is such a nice card. We can get it. There we go. Get it in the light. Show that off. So that means the saffron's gone. All right, we're in good shape here. Feeling good about this. There's a bay. I'm going to keep bay. I'm going for different herbs right now, and we'll see if this pays off. Oh, it's time. I'm going to keep that definitely, which means I have to discard lavender. I don't know what it is. Is this game I'm just anti-lavender? I don't know what it is. It keeps getting discarded. Sorry, lavender. It is one of my favorite cards in the game, though. Alrighty, so do I want to plant anything right now? No, I think I am good. So what do we got? We have tarragon. Tarragon I could use. I think we're going to try to clear out that community space again as I did last time. You know what I'm doing with lavender. I apologize deeply, lavender, but you are getting discarded. I don't need you right now. And then that gives me a saffron. My private garden, which is getting, you can see how the private garden can definitely extend a lot. You have limits on what you can put in that community space, but the private garden, you can just keep going off the table, which won't happen, especially with the pocket edition here. It's very, very small. I have other cards laid out here just as reference material, just to see what you get with it. There's a reminder of how to play the solo variant with the setup, gameplay, and then the scoring at the very end, which we're going to be seeing how well I do today. We'll gauge that. There's also a card just for a general game setup reminder. And then if you want to see some gameplay videos or anything, there's a link here with just some information about gameplay and how to play solo, how to play basics. Again, just depending on how you prefer to learn. It does come with the rule book, of course, which is a complete rule book. I know the text is sometimes a little bit tinier for some eyes, and that's again why we have that reference so that you can check out some how to play videos online. But anyway, time to get back and hopefully not lose my place. So our next card is Sage, which I have a sage out there, and I am looking to get unique herbs or different herbs. And I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What am I looking for? This is the best part. I'm going to discard the sage. There's a bay, which I also don't really need, but we'll keep it in my ever-expanding private garden, which means that, well, apparently Sage was hanging out and waiting for me today. So we'll put it up there. So this is a good time to point out again, even though I have a pair of sage, which would be nice, I cannot put that in my pears container because I already planted. It's done. Those are growing. All right. So again, I'm in my situation where I don't want to just leave those there. We got to get those out of there before those get discarded. So I think we're going to take everything for different herbs. Again, that's this planter, which we can have up to 7 different herbs. So let's go take these. So I have sage, tarragon, bay. It's going to be a nice little bouquet here. A bouquet of herbs is, I'm not sure if that's a thing, but I'm making it a thing. Saffron, lavender, and dill. And the funniest part is I always forget what's missing, who's missing. Because in the back of the rule book, we have the featured herbs. You can kind of see and reference what's what. Rosemary is apparently missing. However, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that's still going to be worth 12 points. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm more concerned about getting the biscuit at this point. So let's keep going. So we have dill, which doesn't really help me here. I'm going to discard dill. All right, there's excitement here because you know what's coming. I'm going to put that in the community garden. That is mint. We're going to have a little celebration here, but before I lose my place, I get to keep another chive. All right. I don't know what that is, but that's excitement because this is how you get the herb biscuit. Again, I have it on the nice artwork side where this beautiful little biscuit is out there all in its glory. On the other side, though, we can have a quick reminder that if we put the 1, 2, and 3 herbs in the glass jar, it's worth an extra 5 points if you're the first person to do it. In solo, it's basically, can you do it or can you not? And the interesting part here, this is a little strategy tip. I am so excited, and normally I would be like, yes, let me go ahead and plant that. But I'm actually going to wait because it's guaranteed, and I'm okay with this. Because if, for instance, I draw, let's say there's another time that comes out, if I can put it up here, that helps clear out the community space, and every card in my private garden at the end of the game is worth an extra point. So it's not going to necessarily earn me a lot of extra points, but I might be able to get another maybe point, maybe 2 points out of it. So I have that celebration on the back burner, but it's definitely coming. So just get ready. That herb biscuit is mine. And I should just call it a day right there. I got the herb biscuit. I'm done. All right, let's calm down. We really need to work on getting this guy or card. I don't know what's this card, which is looking for everything that is the same, all the same herbs, which I'm not really doing very well on at the moment. I have one of a couple. So enough talking. You can see how excited I get, how worked up I get. This is the only worked up time I get in this game. The excitement. Aha. All right. Just as I said, if another one of the special herbs comes out, put it in the community space. The question, though, is should I just get rid of it and just see what else comes out? And by get rid of it, I mean discard. I don't. All right, I'm going to put it up in the community garden. This is a rosemary, which does not help because that's not matching anything. It leaves me with a tarragon, which is in the same situation. All righty. So let's keep going here. We're almost to the end here. All right, so there's a tarragon. Keep that in the community space. Rosemary, not too helpful right now. And lavender. Well, lavender, you've made it into my private garden finally. So now is the time that we get excited because I'm going to say I am taking this mint, this chive, and this thyme for this nice little splayed. This is how I kind of display them in my area. Just makes it easy to see those points. Those are going to go right over here into the glass jar. And I also like to call those special herbs very finicky very, very picky because they can only go in that glass jar. I could not have, for instance, put these two thyme together. Am I actually showing these? The two thyme, if I put those together, that's not a pair. I can't put them in the regular planter because thyme is, it's got its own thing going on. I'm trying to come up with a pun there and it's not happening, but don't worry. Thyme, there's always a joke with that. However, dun, 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 herb biscuit time, it is mine because I got that. And where are we going to put this on full display? Let's kind of make a little space here because we do not want to forget that. That's 5 extra points. I'm excited. I'm not too excited about my chances of getting any good points here. However, you never know. Let's hope for some tarragon. So here we go. Saffron. Oh, saffron keeps coming up. I am going to discard it though and hope that there's not another saffron. Rosemary. I don't need rosemary, but we'll put it down here. And the last one is dill. So this is going to be at the very end here. I can go and plant my last container. This is a very, this was supposed to be a very full container. I guess we're just, you know, I'm going to say the tarragon needs its space. Oh, and apparently, thank you, Jimmy, aka my dad, has commented with saying chive talking as a pun. I don't know about that one. Is that funny? I don't know. Then again, are any of my jokes funny? I always say I provide approximately Z-level comedy to anybody who will listen. So as I am just holding this here, we're going to take 2 tarragon and put those in my last container. It's not worth a lot of points at all. However, it's still points. So let's take a look and see how I did because the deck has run out and I am done. So first container. Let's see. How is, let's see. Oh, and my dad, you are always funny. Thank you. Too kind and probably a little biased. I think I picked up my humor from him. So let's see if I can kind of show this off. It's a little tricky. But we have 2 cards there, so that's going to be 6 points. And again, that's why I like putting the cards where I have them, just because there's no recounting at the end. It makes it quick and easy. Take a look at this next one. I had 6 different herbs there, which is going to be 12 points. Could have had 14, but we just didn't have that rosemary come out when I needed it. My pairs is another, that's 3 pairs, which is 6 cards and 12 points. You can see how many more you can get there. And then the very exciting one, which I don't want to pick up just because I have them splayed a little bit, but for having 3 cards in there, that's 6 points, plus the points on the cards. So there's going to be another 6 points and the herb biscuit. So let's test out my math today. So I have 6 plus 12 is 18, plus 12 is 30, plus 6 is 36, another 6 is 42, plus 5 is 47, but I'm not done yet. All the cards in the private garden are also worth 1 point each. So I have 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53. Not too bad at all. And another quick note that even though the chive and the thyme have those special points on them, those points are only earned if they go in the glass jar. Otherwise, they're just hanging out and they're finicky. They need their special glass jar home, which is arguably an extremely nice home. I mean, who would not want that little spot right near the kitchen window? Beautiful. Alrighty, so we have 53. I am going to clear this away and just show you how quick it is to set up for the next game. So we are just going to discard all of the cards that I earned during this game. Say farewell to everything. Ooh, and I wasn't paying enough attention. Because in your second game, let's see, is that still around? Still around, but far away. in the second game, you can actually have a little bit of information about which cards are in this deck. So all I did was I took the other half of the cards that I split before, and I'm ready. That's it. We're ready to play. You don't have to do anything else besides clear out some cards and grab a new half of the deck. So I do have some information about what's in here. I did not pay enough attention. I do know, I think there's only one time and one chive in here. So it might be trickier to get the herb biscuit, but as I always say, I'm going for it, and that's not even a funny Z-level comedy as promised. So as I recall, I forgot to do set up correctly last time. So to set up, we're going to put one card in the discard. And let's just make sure that everybody can see what I'm doing here. We're going to put 2 cards in the community garden. And we are going to put 3 in the private garden. All right. So this is kind of, again, this is where you kind of can form your initial strategies. I know I have mint. That's one of the special herbs here with that 1. So that's a third of the way to my herb biscuit. And we have a lot of unique herbs. So we can have up to 7 total. So we might go for that. So let's get started. And we have bay, which I am going to discard because I don't know if I want to go for pears yet or not. Chive. And the interesting thing here is, do I think that I will have time to clear out the community area? Because again, if this gets to 5 cards, all these get discarded. So there's a risk in putting it up here. But if I can clear that space out, I have that extra space where I can put a card out before I have to decide to plant anything. But I think I'm going to play it a little safe and put it in my private garden because there's no limit to that, which means it is saffron that's going out in the communal garden. Maybe I should have gone for pears. All right, I still have one more turn here to decide, so let's take a look. Tarragon, ooh. Yeah, we're going to try for pears here and hope for a sage or a bay. Come on, sage or bay. Ugh. Rosemary, not the right time, sorry. And a saffron, okay. That opens up an interesting choice. Do I want to take 3 saffron? Because I could put 3 saffron here. It's only 10 points, but I say only, and 10 points isn't nothing. Getting this container, for me at least, is probably the most difficult to achieve. To get 7 herbs of the same type is worth 22 points. I have had that happen a few times. It's exciting, but I will say I still get more excited about the herb biscuit. Look at it. You want that herb biscuit. Especially multiplayer. If I lose, as long as I got the herb biscuit, I'm happy. Or if I prevented someone else from getting the herb biscuit, I'm also happy. All right, so I do need to decide, though, to pop these herbs, because if I don't, I'm losing all these. And those are some good cards to lose for what I have out here. I think what we're going to do, what I'm going to do, is I'm going to do 2 pairs. So I'm going to take the 2 saffron along with 2 tarragon. So again, that's 4 cards, 2 pairs, and I'm going to put that in my pairs container, which is right here. So with 4 cards, that's 8 points. Again, not a lot, but it did clear out a lot of space up here in that communal garden. See if this strategy pays off. There's sage. Where were you? I could have used you a moment ago, sage. We don't need sage now. Bay. All right. Put the bay up here. And tarragon. Okay. So I've got a little bit of the unique herbs going on. I'm also working on my special glass jar over here. And I have 2 bay so far. See if we can go get some more. There's a dill. Okay, so what am I'm looking at? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we're going to go for different herbs here. I have a good feeling. I'm going to discard that dill. And that's another mint, which actually doesn't help me. Because I put the dill up there. Again, just as a quick reminder, all these cards, every turn you're going to be drawing 3, but they have to go in different spots. So I can't just discard 3 cards or put 3 up in the communal garden. It's 1 basically in each area. And just as a reminder, if anybody's popping in right now, we are playing Herbaceous Pocket Edition. And I am thinking hard here. All right, well, I still have, let's see, more sage. Ooh, maybe we should have gone for sage. That might have been good. Lavender. I will take lavender now. I want you. And saffron. Okay. So now basically the community garden is at capacity. We don't want that to go over. So I am going to take unique herbs right now and pot those. So I have lavender, dill, bay, sage. And saying all this is making me hungry. And what do we have? Tarragon and saffron. And I did it again. There's no rosemary. We're just missing rosemary. So that is 6 of the different herbs. Again, we're going to be potting those in this container for 12 points. So you can see at the bottom, we have 6. That's going to be 12 points. Take it. I will take it. All right. Let's keep going here. Lavender. I don't know. I like growl the word sometimes. Lavender. I don't need lavender right now. I also don't need dill, but I have to take it, which leaves me with more dill. Okay. All right. So just close the gap a little bit here. See what I'm working with. Maybe I do want dill. Ooh, maybe I want saffron. I'm going to keep saffron. I'm going to keep dill. Okay, that's bay. I was a little nervous there. There was a chance that was going to be the time that I was looking for that herb biscuit. All right, let's keep going. Rosemary, I needed you before. Where were you? Bay, which is not really helping. And lavender, which also not helping. All right, so we have a couple of turns left here. I'm still in good shape. So let's keep going. There it is. Time. We'll put that up here. Let's see, let's just finish up a turn. Another dill, that is good. We're gonna see this clear out in a second. And then that means bay is discarded. I don't know what that was, but that was me getting excited because we are taking mint, chives, and thyme. Putting those in their special glass jar there, which gets me, it's everywhere. It's all over the place. It's the herb biscuit. Again, all right, there we go. This is a very good day for Herbaceous Pocket Edition. This is a little biscuit. All right, and so then I have 3 more cards left, so let's play that last turn out. That is bay, which I don't need. Tarragon, which I definitely don't need. And rosemary at the wrong time again. So I'm going to get my last container here full. Not full, but a little bit better than last game. But we're going to take 1, 2, 3. That is, get out of here, tarragon. We're not dill. So we're going to take 4 dill right here. And we're going to put that over in my container with the same herbs. You can see that's going to be worth 14 points. That's pretty good. Beep boop. Organize my play area slightly. And let's count up points because we are at the end. So this is 14 plus 12, so we're at 26. Plus 8 is 34. Plus 6 is 40. Another 6 is 46. Plus 5 is 51. 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57 points. All right. That was an improvement. Pretty good. Quick tip, the perfect score in a solo game of Herbaceous or Herbaceous Pocket Edition, same thing, is 67 points. So I was off by 10. 57, though, is still a very good score. And we actually forgot to gauge me because there is scoring here. So let's take a look. I had a 53 the first time. Ooh, so 53. And I don't know, for some reason, I don't know if the camera is actually showing this as crisp as it should be. But 53 points gets me in the second highest tier there as a professional herbalist. But 57 makes me a true green thumb harvester. So this is a very good day. Thank you, Herbaceous Pocket Edition. And then there's also the fun other challenge, which again is at the bottom. And I know, again, I blame my camera. It's easy to see in person. But if you add the two scores together from one game to the next, you can see if you have two green thumbs, not just one, two green thumbs. It's an extra challenge. And that you're looking for 114 plus points, which is very hard to get. I believe I had, 53 and 57. So I had 110, if I can do math. So that was 110 points. So still, apparently, I have one green thumb and the other one is not. That's the one that I was rude to Rosemary and Lavender. They did not appreciate being discarded that much. That was the problem. However, I did get the herb biscuit twice, which was exciting and awesome. And it's the end of the game, so let's just have a random event happen because they got both herb biscuits. We'll go, that's right. Random props today. It is a tiny carriage with baby ducks in it. And not to be outdone or forgotten, there's a third baby duck that goes with this. It's calico critters. I don't know. I have them all over the place. Apparently, this household collects board games plus random little animals. But I digress. My usual celebration for getting the herb biscuit twice is my sun hat / gardening hat, which I will now wear for the rest of this stream because that's what you get. So yeah, that is Herbaceous Pocket Edition, which is again the same game as the standard Herbaceous, but in a much tinier package. This is just a box top, but just again, to give you an idea of that size, it's roughly 1/3 of the original Herbaceous box. See how I'm roughly doing that. Hat. No, I don't even know how that went. The hat thing, I think, stems from way back in the day. I used to watch Teletubbies with my brother when we were way too old. We were out of the target market. But we had a blast watching that. And I do recall Dipsy with his awesome, what was it even, like a cow pattern giant top hat. You cannot beat that. I'm not even trying here. Maybe one day I will attempt to get a top hat like that. But for now, I just enjoy wearing a hat. And sometimes I just tell people I'm wearing a hat because it's an exciting time. But where else was I going here? To show how portable Herbaceous Pocket Edition is as well, I wanted to bring in some other cool things that some people from Pencil First, hopefully many, might recognize these meeples. We'll see. But I just want to show the size of this box in comparison to these. If you don't recognize these are some of the awesome, awesome guardians from Skull Hollow. We have Raptra and Grack here. I had the rest of them, Apoda and Tanthos are nearby. But you can kind of just take a look that this might be their type of game. I mean, these cards are, they could definitely just take those cards. If we kind of hide behind the Lavender, this isn't a new technique. Maybe we'll have to have a crossover where the herbs hide the guardians. But these guys are awesome. And I only bring that up because, again, I know a lot of people are excited about Mall Peak, which is still in development, but we are getting there, and that is going to be exciting. I will say that. These are not the last of the guardians, and we're also going to have bears along with the foxen. So good times there. Let's see. So we still have some time left. Again, if you have any comments or questions, feel free to drop them in there. I'm happy to answer them. What I usually end these streams with is, you know what it is. It's Speed Round Herbaceous Pocket Edition, which I can definitely do. I'm just going to, again, throw up some information. If anybody is interested in picking up a copy, we have a special promo going on right now for $19.99 and free US shipping, plus a free expansion. You use code POCKET at our web store. That's going to be able to grab that. And the link is down below, bit.ly.com/herbpocketfb if anybody wants that. I will leave that up again just in case anybody is interested while why don't we reset quickly? Take the herb biscuit get it away from me because I like it too much. And we'll see if this hat actually helps me. Will it bring me luck? I don't know. We will have to see. Will it help with my shuffling? No, that's a guaranteed no. Nothing can help with the shuffling. Cards flying. This is how I handle my games, though. I will say I played the original Herbaceous probably at least 1,200 times before switching to the Pocket Edition. And those cards, you know what? Let's just quickly show that off because these cards are the same quality as the original Herbaceous. Just to show off, oh my goodness, memories. I haven't played this one in a while, so this looks enormous. But if we look at the card edges, I'm just trying to show these a little bit. It's not the easiest to see, but this deck has been unsleeved with my random shuffling technique of half dropping, half shuffling. And that is still, to me, looking barely used. If I saw that and someone said, oh, I played this can I just lose a card slightly? I played this over 1,000 times. I'd say, no, you didn't. That doesn't look like it at all. But then again, I am way too careful with my games, I think. All righty. So we are about ready here. Clear our screen and make this, there we go. Finish my shuffling, which, I don't know. It's not the greatest technique I know, but it is very relaxing. So, I don't know. It adds to the experience for me. Alrighty. And then, as I mentioned before, we're just going to split that deck. That is not even at all. This is how I do it. Again, there's other ways counting out to 36. But if, there we go. Those are exact, are they? Just as I say that, well, this card is just a sassy card. I'm going to have to see what that one was. No, you know what? We'll start with that so we can discard it and say, All right, so I am prepped here. I am going to actually do a speed run of this. So I am not going to talk out all my moves. We're just going to see how this pans out. And again, we can time me and see how quickly this goes. I know I have to do the setup, which I will do here in a second. Biscuits over there. We are all set there. Alrighty, so I am going to speed through this, and we're going to see how well I do. So here we go. Alrighty. Okay, all right, interesting. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, okay. Let's get pairs. Oh dear, it's not easy, does it? Here we go. That's 6 cards. Okay. 2, 3. 2, 3. No, actually, it worked. 1, 2, 3. Oh my. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, that's not what I wanted, but let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 different. Take it. So there it is. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, this is good for me right now. That's an herb biscuit earned. Spear biscuit, and then oh no, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I should do it the other way. It's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I'm done with that one. There's the speed round. Let's just see how I did on that. So that's 14, 22, 34, 40, 46, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57. Not too bad at all. However, this is not me. It is going to be very, very tricky to get the herb biscuit in this next speed run. I will say that. It's fine. It's fine. So again, this is all the discards. This is the new deck from setup. So we're going to use that and get those out of here. And sadly, put the herb biscuit up there, but I am still hoping I can get that. Alrighty, speed run number 2. Here we go with setup. Not forgotten. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Different. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different ones. Good. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. All right, let's do. Do 3 of a kind, I guess. Is that my best one? Yeah, that's gonna be the best. All right, it's fine. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I know it's a mess right now. We'll get this garden in order. 1, 2, and 3. All right, let's get pairs. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not that it matters, but 9, 10. So that's going to be 10 cards there. Ooh, that's pretty good. And then we have 1, 2. Oh no, 3. Darn it! I think there was another mint in the original pile, but I did not remember. So sadly, no herb biscuit on this one. But I can still put a regular herb in there to get those 6 points. Excuse me, I'm wallowing for just a second in disappointment. It's fine. All right, so how did we do there without the herb biscuit? We have 10, 22, 38, 44, 49, 50, 51, 52. Ooh. Not so good. It's all right. Where was that? Elusive mint? I can see one. Where's the other mint? See, it's like I have to check it and be like, no, wait. Yeah, there were 3 in the original, the first one. Or were there? Did it just trade places? It might have. Oh my. But yes, that is Herbaceous Pocket Edition. Kind of get these cards out here so we can show off this artwork. But yeah, I think we are, where are we? We are at about our stopping point for this month's Solo Sunday. So yeah, thank you to everybody who stopped by and had some fun here as I flew through Herbaceous Pocket Edition, got the herb biscuit 3 out of 4 times, which I think was pretty good. Let's test out these herbs as a driving. I don't even know what this is. This just feels like the thing to do today. So if you'll excuse me, we're going to have another little. They do hold up. Don't worry. That's me barely touching it because ducks. Sure, why not? Keep the ducks out of the herb garden. And yes, that is Herbaceous Pocket Edition, which I keep saying, and I'm sure everybody can read. But I think that, again, is it for this month. So thanks again to everybody who stopped by and chatted in the comments, which was mostly my dad. Always fun, though, to have everybody stopping by and playing. Hopefully you'll join me next month. Again, the last Sunday of the month at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. We are going to be doing something else solo. We will see what game it is next month, but it will be a lot of fun. And hopefully I will continue to get the herb biscuit. Hopefully if you play solo, that herb biscuit is yours. And feel free, let us know at Pencil First. How did it go? Did you get excited about it? Or do you have another exciting moment when playing Herbaceous? I don't know. For me, the herb biscuit is like the epitome. That is it. I want it. But that is it for today. So thanks again. Enjoy the rest of your day or evening, wherever you are. And take care. Thanks. Bye.